This is Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Right, was I work out what's gone wrong there? And we've ended up with a present of a screen by the looks of it. Ah, there we go. So we're in normal. Before we started the net, we had a key up from GW5DOG, we had G0EUZ, and we had Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. So, yep, we did get the Three Musketeers there. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to see if anybody else would like to check in. If you would, go ahead with your course sign, name and location. Okay, nothing heard, so that got check-ins out of the way very, very quickly. Well, first of all, we will go round to Steve, GW5VOG, round to you there, Steve.
GW5VOG returning. Good evening, Chris. Sorry, you caught me in the middle of eating something there. I just finished my evening meal and having a little biscuit snack. In a different location today, I'm actually sitting in my shack, which I don't normally do. I'm normally downstairs in the comfort of an armchair. But I've been doing that RSGB regions 6 and 7, which is all the Wales 40-meter challenge. So I was doing that for about an hour before tea or before evening meal, I should say, not be northern, before evening meal. And yeah, it was very good condition. So I thought I might sneak a few more in between rounds here now. So anyway, there we are. Good evening, everybody, and back to you, Chris M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, in the comfort of your shack there. Well, I'm always in my shack when I do the Ragchew Net. And of course, yeah, it can be sometimes one of the warmest houses, one of the warmest rooms in the house. But of course, yeah, before I'm coming in here, I turn the radiator down and make sure I'm not going to sit here like that. So it's all okay there. So yeah, I was pretty surprised. I had a static hard drive hanging around, as in the SATA type that can go direct replacement for your mechanical drive. And yeah, a Dell Latitude hanging around. So I thought, oh, maybe I can downgrade this little PC that I'm running the WiresX on. Of course, you know, it doesn't take too, okay, I'm dropping in and out, but I'm saying it doesn't take too many resources to run WiresX as it was dropping out there. But of course, yeah, there's probably movement around the node because it's downstairs at the moment. But yeah, I can put an older PC on there basically. So I thought I'd try with Windows 7. Yeah, 6 minutes installed, and then obviously can't do anything with the browser and anything like that. So a little bit useless. And then yeah. It was 15 minutes to chuck the ISO of 10 on. So it's currently doing its first round of updates while we're live streaming as well. And of course, yeah, it's got pending restart, and it's installing one thing. So we will go round to D.R.G. I was just surprised at how fast the static drive runs on an install compared to a mechanical drive there. Yeah, normally you'd sit in front of the computer for about an hour or so. I remember those days. Over to you there, D.R.G. EUZ.
G0EZ. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, Steve, and good evening, Michael. Nice to hear you all on. I've done nothing again all week, basically. I did try and get on the 145 Alive activity day today, but for some reason I had an horrendous noise on 2 meters, and I tried 3 different rigs and 2 different aerials, and it was there all the time. So what it is, I don't know. Where it's coming from, absolutely no idea, but it certainly wasn't working. The only person I could hear was the net controller, and he came over the top of it all. But everybody else was underneath. So very disappointing. Because I was quite looking forward to it, really. You know, on the last 2, I think, and enjoyed them. Anyway, never mind. I'll have to wait until the next one and try and find the noise in between. So there we go. Yeah, okay, on the older piece, I mean the WiresX, yeah. Mind you, mine are all old. I've got a laptop with 10 on, PC with 10 on. I have one PC with 11 on, but that runs incredibly slow. It's horrible. And that's got an SSD in. But yeah, it's somebody, I bought it second hand. It's a business machine, and it's come preloaded at 10. And I think whoever did it hasn't done it right, so it shouldn't be that slow. Anyway, back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, essentially, when you put a static drive in, you would put in a faster well, it's basically an SD card, like what we run in our hotspots, PyStart. But of course, it's a lot faster. But yeah, like an SD card, there are only so many writes it can do. But of course, yeah. Like I said, I've got the secondary PC that I use in the shack, and pretty much what it's got on it is it's got MB6PG's dashboard. It has a copy of my dashboard that basically that is given out the live for that hotspot there, and then I've got YouTube Studio running on it, so it shows me that the stream's all healthy. It shows me all the chat, so that's all it does, but it does it very, very slowly. So when it comes to booting it up and everything, and I've tried chucking you know, the old favourite, the USB stick in the front, and try and load different windows on there, and it ain't having it. So that's what part of this laptop is. Of course, yeah, literally just chuck it in there, build it, which is what I will do with the drive. And that's the PC that I was talking about that does the YouTube watch back and shows me the stream health and everything. I'll basically, I will clone it, but I'm going to clone it to another drive. It should work a lot more efficiently. Sometimes a drive can just miss a beat, especially a mechanical drive, and you can sometimes hear it miss that beat as well. Of course, sometimes I do hear it miss that beat, so that's why I'm going to be swapping that drive. But I just thought, the PC, it's a laptop actually that I'm running the WiresX gateway on, it's a little bit better than what I'm playing with here, and this one's clunkier and stuff like that. So I'll chuck WiresX on it and I'll make it run the node, and that's all I do. So that's all I want Windows 10 on it for. We go round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa, and I'm going to have to do it. Before I put it round to you, Michael, I timed out. Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. So before I pass it round to Michael, the other favourite is Linux. I've got another spare static drive there, so I might just try Linux on it, and that'll probably go even faster than Windows. So we will now put it over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. I currently hold the timeout, and I'm meant to be looking at what's going on.
Thanks, Chris. Welcome to Saturday Ragchew. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Good to hear from all the three musketeers at the same time. Good to have you all around. I was a little concerned because when you first started talking, Chris, I could hear you coming up the YouTube video, but I couldn't hear you in my headset. So I thought my radio wasn't picking you up anymore. But about halfway through my sentence of, I don't have any audio from you, Chris, I got audio. So it turned out all right. It's about 5 degrees Celsius right now. It's been a little bit of a cool week. And we started out at about -3 this morning, so it was very cool this morning. But it's a nice sunny day. All the ice has been melted from around here, and there's still some people without power after almost 2 weeks. But I'm not one of them. Hopefully they'll have their power out before the end of today, and they'll move on, and hope we won't have another ice storm like this one again. But other than that, everything's going well. Looking forward to a good net, and I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Well, we hope for a good net at the moment. That round it literally was. And of course, I didn't do the half hour up before. But of course, I done it from when I started. I done the live stream. And you didn't, those that were watching would have seen the little log box come up in the corner. And obviously, it would replicate if somebody keyed up, then they went over into the log. I've got a chimney above me, a metal one, and of course speak, but you can hear it, the water tapping on the top. So it's raining here, but of course if I look at the windows, all I can see is rain as well. Of course, I'm here in the dry, so it's all good. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call for check-ins for the Saturday Ragchew Net. So, if you'd like to join us, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and it over.
To Whiskey 1 Tango for Romeo. I'm not going to be chatting much, my throat's killing me, so I'll just listen in. Hello everybody. Back to control.
Yeah, not a problem there, Monty, and I've marked you as listening straight away. So yeah, we won't strain the throat. But of course, yeah, if you want to come in, I don't normally do it, but I'll give you the rights not to interrupt, but just to key up and yeah, if you decide that you want your over. So of course, yeah, it stands as you will be after Michael. So of course, yeah, if after Michael, you want an over, you can just key up there, Monty. So we'll see if anybody else on the side would like to join us. Go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. I will put N6UTC in from YouTube as well. But if you're on the radio, go ahead. Okay, nothing heard, so we'll go back to the top of the list, and we're going to go to Steve, GW5VOG.
GW5VOG returning. I forgot which computer to look at then. I've got so many in front of me. Probably not as many as you though, Chris. Yeah, so right, we have got the Three Musketeers. We've got Cardinal Richelieu in Mid Wales there, and D'Artagnan in Cheltenham, definitely. Rod mentioned 145 Alive. I was hoping to do it. There was a South Wales station added on at the last minute. I wasn't quite sure where he was. I think he was in the Gwent Valley somewhere. And I thought, well, the only way I'm going to get through to him is if I get in the car and drive like to the other side of Cardiff or somewhere. Anyway, so when I got up this morning, I didn't feel too good actually. I was a bit wobbly and slightly dizzy on my legs, and the rain was horrible. So I decided not to go outside and drive away for ages. I kind of forgot about it first of all as well, so I was running out of time. Anyway, I did try and pick him up on my radio here in the shack, and I didn't get a dicky bird, so I don't know. So anyway, Chris, I wonder if you actually did it. I think you like to do it sometimes. And one other thing that might be of interest to you, last night I started watching a sort of whodunit crime type thing on Sky called Under Salt Marsh, which is set in North Wales, and it was filmed in Barmouth, Harlech, that estuary there, that way. And apparently, so I was reading after, because I like to look where locations are for things. I was checking up on the internet where places they had filmed it, and some of it, quite a lot of that was in the first episode, was Shell Island, apparently. But it was night time anyway, so you wouldn't have seen much of it. It was a kind of like a causeway type thing that was flooded in the film, and they were having a job getting across it. So I don't know whether that rings a bell with you. Anyway, back to you before a timeout. M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Wow, Shell Island. Well, if you blink miss it, there's a sign. If you're coming from the way we normally come from, turning left. If you're coming from the right, there is a little sign as well, but if you blink, you miss it. And then that takes you down a road, towards, an airfield, like where the flying school is. It was closed last year when we went. But of course, yeah, maybe next time we go there, it'll be a load of houses on it. Yeah, but basically on the way in, you'll see on the left and the right there are the bits of pools of water, which is left over from like the last tide, and the road into Shell Island, actually into it, actually it floods over. We have had many a laugh watching over, having a look at people who will chance it, aquaplane, and yeah, then they get towed out. There is a fee for being towed out, I believe. But of course, yeah, it's if you think you can pass it, you know, you kind of pass it, but you pass it at your own risk. But that's why Shell Island becomes an island, because of course you've got the cliffside, the beach, and the water, and then of course when the tide comes in, it kind of floats up through the land in a sense, and comes in. It fills the harbour up, and then of course yeah, it floats and it floods the road in the causeway. So yeah, you'll have to mention what the programme was again, or if someone else mentions it, and I'll have to look out for it. But if it's on yeah, the TVs and the Charlie, yeah, I don't watch it. So yeah, probably I won't see it. I'll have to wait until they chuck it over onto Netflix. So right, we'll go around to 2 rods, G0, EUZ.
G0, EUZ, back to the group. Yeah, all received there. Yeah, I'm just salt marsh. I've not watched it yet, Steve, but it is on my agenda. We don't have Sky, but my son-in-law has a program called Plex, P-L-E-X, which is programmed to go and get whatever he wants from wherever he wants. And it's all on there. All the episodes are there. I've just not got round to it. I think my wife watched the first episode and said it was very good. So I'm quite looking forward to watching that, but I'd like to watch it all at one go. So wait for that. Yeah, as regards the 145, I should have got in the car and gone out when I realised this noise was unworkable. Although the trouble is, of course, Cambridge, where I am, it's completely flat. You know, so you can't get any high ground. There is none. The guy who runs it, he actually lives not far from me, but he gone down to the Cambridge Hertfordshire border and stopped there, which possibly is a little bit higher. In fact, yeah, it will be a bit higher because we have a repeater down there. So yeah, that would have done the job. I don't have a radio actually in the car, but I have a mobile 2-meter that runs off a battery, built-in battery and everything. And you know, I just need to put a mag mount on, and that would do the job. So yeah, so I should have done that. I'll think about that next time. And yeah, Michael, I'm glad your weather's warming up a bit. We've been, I think, positive 10 today. It has rained on and off, so it's still pretty wet. When I go out on a dog walk, it's still very muddy. And I can't work it out actually. I take him up a road, which is no traffic on. It's just a lane basically, but it's tarmacked. I take him there because it keeps him clean. And on the way out, I get to a point where we turn around and come back, and it's completely clean. But by the time I get to the car, he's covered in mud. Where does it come from? I don't know. Anyway, back to you, Chris. M7CCS.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I did hear it just as you were unkeying. Yeah, so we went up right there, Rod. Yeah, as for 145 Alive, of course, yeah, I did put, well, basically, I done my maintenance as I would normally do on a Saturday. I reboot a hotspot, make sure everything's working, try and get the live stream working. As of late, see if there's any Windows updates. And of course, yeah, when you reboot round, of course, mine is a gateway. So it's still got it's an open G God, what is it? It's a TYT MD9600 with open GD77 on it, which then makes it a hotspot, but a high-powered hotspot via its USB, and it's to do with what's being used software-wise, which is opening that up to do that. But of course, when you reboot after doing an update, like you do an update and it reboots, the radio is off until it actually comes back alive, and the radio automatically scans the code plug. There was no 145 alive. I did put my Yaesu, what I'm on now, I put that into scan. It's got all the 145 and everything in it. The only thing I actually picked up was PMR 3, and it turned out to be Matson ski slope. No, there's no snow here, it's a brush slope. But there was some kind of competition going on. I think it might be coinciding with the Olympics, but it was like marshals, someone at the top, someone at the bottom, and of course, yeah. So that's what I managed to hear by scanning today. So we will go round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
That the SSD drives, the solid-state drives, are the way to go with computers. It makes it so much faster. Everything runs so much quicker and easier with those that I refuse anymore to get a mechanical drive. I've got some laptops over here in the corner, and some of them have mechanical drives, and it's almost like backing up when you start firing them up and you do a reboot on them. So now on, I'll pay the extra money to have a solid-state drive. Now, initially, when I first started getting them, they were pretty pricey for the smallest amount of memory. So I would a lot of times run with an external solid-state drive just to back up everything else I had. But to me, it seems like you move so much slower with the mechanical drives, especially if you're trying to do any kind of massive operations right out to a drive. So that's just me for that. Let me think now. What it was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. Ron, I'm glad to hear you're on here today. And Steve, so good you're here on here. I hope your leg is okay. I think you said this last time your leg was hurting you, and didn't you just mention that you were having also problems with that also? Hope everybody's healthy. I just told Donna that my cold is much better today. It was not as great early this week, but I think it's getting better. Hopefully I've kicked its butt before it kicked my butt, and things will get better from here. And the weather will stay nice and warm so I can get over it. But anyway, that should do it for now before I become one of the Time at Kings. P Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Michael. And yeah, it is a lot faster. Of course, yeah, the main system, that has a static drive in anyway. And of course, yeah, it's never crossed my mind before. Why isn't this one clunky? That one is. And of course, they're pretty much the same system. Yeah, it's weird with that. But of course, yeah, the mechanical drives seem quite clunky, but yeah, update, it's done the first round of updates for Windows 10. It hasn't come up and said it's not supported yet. But of course, it's doing optional updates as well, you know, putting the drivers in for the screen and all that kind of stuff, and the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi didn't come up straight away, but it's got an Ethernet in it. So I had, yeah, for that eventuality. Yeah, it's never built, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, putting the operating system on, but never put an operating system on a PC. Yeah, funny enough, I was playing with, oh, I dropped. But funny enough, I was playing with static drives, well, a solid state drive, on it was different type of drives, between some PCs, and of course, yeah, I found one of those to be faster than the one that came in it, and the one that came out of a more branded PC seems a little bit quicker, but yeah, it's all good there. So we're going to see if either Monty wants to key up or anyone wants to check in. So at this point, if you'd like to check into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, but Monty, have your key on for priority. Okay, nothing heard there. I did see a key up, and it was Golf 3 Papa Whiskey Papa. So yeah, Golf 3 Papa Whiskey Papa. If I put that into my system, it brings no details, so that's got to be via cqnorthwest. And so yeah, that's coming up now. Or it's coming directly from our system, but via a C4FM gateway there. GB3WW in Port Talbot, and that is linked in as well. So we'll see if both 3 Papa Whiskey Papa wants to check in. If not, I'll mark him to listening. Okay, nothing heard, so we're straight round to Steve, GW5, VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Yeah, I'm still having trouble with selecting the wrong computer. I've been trying to type in my log for HF on my laptop that I'm looking at the dashboard for my hotspot on. So I'm wondering why it wasn't going in. So there we are. And also, when I'm doing HF, I use a dry whiteboard to write details on sometimes and record how many I've done, because I like to do so many every day. And obviously I'm keeping a running total for this competition now, and I've got mixed up with my pens, because I've got different pens everywhere to do this, to write my log, which I do on a bit of paper, as you know, and I've written on the whiteboard with a permanent marker, so that was a bit of a nuisance. I have managed to get it off now, actually. There's a lot of scrubbing and cursing involved. So there we are. Yeah. So yeah. The solid state hard drives are quite a lot cheaper now. I think. I think if you're buying a new hard drive, you wouldn't bother with an old whatever they call it, you know, like mechanical one. But unfortunately, as Rod mentioned about having a second-hand computer, all of my computers are second-hand, I think. Oh, I've got a mini PC here in the shack, which is brand new. And But apart from that, they're all second hand, so they're all still in the old days. Really, they haven't. None of them got SSBs in them. SSD, should I say? Yes, I was going to say something else then about computers or something, and I've forgotten. So anyway, with that, back to you then, M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, if I look down at the main system, which is running the live stream, that one, yeah, and the other one that I've spoken about, the slave system, they both came out of a skip. Yeah, I paid 20 quid for them. But of course, yeah, they came out of a skip. So the area that I lived in, of course, people knew that I could, they thought, oh yeah, he does radio, yeah, you know, they thought computers as well. But sometimes you get a knock at the door, and of course I had a camera system, holding them up, but of course, yeah, the one day I saw that they were holding these two towers, and there was a house just down the road that had been emptied, and basically, they went out into the skip, and they said, can we have them? And then they came straight to me with them. And I pretty much said, well, there's no cables, I can't guarantee they're working, any of that reach. And I had them, and yeah, pretty much all I did is, yeah, chuck the old magic USB key in, and press the right combination on the keyboard, and run the alternator rating system straight in, yeah, that was the end of that. But like I said, the one system, yeah, it's starting to be a bit laggy now, but that's because that one's on a mechanical drive, and the other one isn't. Yeah, that's the story of the two PCs that run in my shack. So yeah, cheap at half the price. The Gateway PC is a laptop I actually bought at Blackpool last year for £60. So yeah, the main PC that was running that actually went down, so the laptop became it. Hence why I wanted to put an older system on, or older laptop on there just to run the WiresX. But yeah, the laptop itself is it was Mum and Dad's actually, and yeah, it had Windows 11 on it, and it was running quite slowly. And of course, yeah, I just had the static drive, chucked it in, thought, yeah, start afresh, because I didn't want to lose the files that are on that hard drive, as it was their computer. So we will go round to Rod G0 EZ.
G0 EZ. Back to the room. Well, before I run out of time, glad to hear you almost. And, glad you made the effort. I hope you rest up and stay reasonable for a bit longer. I wonder if anybody has heard from James at all during the weeks. He's not been on the net for several weeks, has he? I wondered if anybody might have heard him during the week. He could even be down in Spain now. He was somewhere in France last time I heard him. So there we go. So what else is there? There's not a lot really else. Going to the dog field tomorrow with Doug and his brother and sister for a good old runabout. Got a full hour. So he'll be knackered. He's still wanting to go out again and at tea time, but there we go. I've had sweet barbecue ribs tonight. It was very nice indeed. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I had an Aldi Rogan Joss last night. chicken Rogan Dosh, which was very nice indeed. So yeah, that's some total of my culinary delight this week. So there we go. Back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0 user.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I can give some food for. Yeah, before Donna types it. She's down in the kitchen at the moment. I've not said hello or anything yet because she came in. She did go to her sister's and she came back. But I know she's in the kitchen on the live stream as well. Yeah, we're having Chinese pork. So she orders it on Amazon and she gets some Chinese sauce. Oh, there we go. She's already written it. I've marinated belly pork tonight. We have red roast pork, sticky rice this evening with a bottle of red wine. Of course, yeah. There's a food porn out of the way. It got written on the live stream. But of course, yeah, she orders the Uncle Ben's sticky rice. Although it's just called Ben's sticky rice. Online. You can't find it in the shops, but you can get it online on Amazon. Yeah, that's where she gets it from. Right, we go over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here. I was going to just make a comment on Donna's meal for the day, so I may as well start delving into my food porn. This week, my wife made a poppy seed chicken. Really delicious meal. It's chicken breast in a cream white sauce, and she has a layer on top of it made of cheese with, I don't know if you have Ritz crackers over there, but it's kind of a buttery crackers. They'll go that makes the crust on the top of the meal. Very delicious. She made some fried corn, which is one of my favorite things. And let's see, green peas, I guess, was the vegetable today. But today she pulled out, well, I was telling her this morning, she pulled out a egg McMuffin, like you would get at McDonald's. It has egg on it, cheese, and Canadian bacon on a English muffin. Although I told her this morning, I said, you know, there's two things I've observed about your Egg McMuffin. I said, yours is 100% better than anything McDonald's would produce. And the way you make yours with all the Canadian bacon and extra food on it, it would probably be about 11 pounds, 11, as far as money's purchased, about $11 or for us, $15 sandwich, which would be outrageous. So I said, I was so glad she makes them. She makes them ahead of time, freezes them. When we get up in the morning, I pop it in the oven and let it sit on warm till it heats up, and then I have breakfast. So, very good meal for us. Today, she pulled out chili that she had made a couple of months ago, and I had that for my lunch. And it's funny, her taste buds have changed. When she used to, I like a whole lot of spicy food. Now she makes everything spicy, and the chili was really spicy today. I really enjoyed it. And this evening, we're going to be having tamales from our local Mexican restaurant. So that's our food porn for this week. Turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yep, I'll see if a network picks up the comment on YouTube about Echolink, because I haven't been able to connect there myself either. But of course, I can't rule out anything, because I am here concentrating on what everyone is saying as well. Of course, yeah. I try to go into Echolink, but of course, yeah, I normally, if I can't get in there, I will normally explore every option, try the public proxy, etc., try it directly on off my Wi-Fi and things like that. But of course, yeah, we're in the middle at the minute of the net, unfortunately. Right, next, what we do is we will see if anybody else does want to join us while I try and connect to Echolink as well and try and have a look. If you'd like to join in with the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard there. We will go back round to Steve, GW5, VOG. Okay, I'll try again, make sure that I am getting through. Steve, GW5, VOG. Okay, we'll skip that. We'll try G0, EUZ.
G0, you said? Yeah, I don't know what happened to Steve there. He probably struggling with his computers. Yeah, no, that food sounds very nice, Michael. Very nice indeed. I like the McMuffin copy. That sounds very delicious. That's the sort of thing I like. I do one with bread that you butter on the outside, so you put an egg in and a piece of bread over the top, and then flip it over onto the buttered side, and then put ham and cheese in, and another slice of bread, and then flip that over onto the buttered side, and that's very nice. So we'll have one out a day. For some reason, the cheese didn't really melt. Could still taste it. That's very nice. So there we go. To have plain and simple egg, bacon, and beans tomorrow, I think. Look forward to that. We used to have a breakfast every morning, every Sunday morning, full breakfast. But we haven't done of late. Although we're going to be out for dog walk at 12, so I might struggle getting it in. So we'll see. So we'll keep talking to give Chris more time to connect. Apart from that, what else have I done? Yeah, I've noticed one of my rigs. I've not had it long actually. It's a Yaesu FT847. All band, all modes, everything. I bought it to do satellite work, but because of the cost of an antenna array, I decided not to bother. But when I was messing with it today, one of the encoders isn't working right, so I've got to try and find one of them. I know they don't make them anymore. Can't think who they do with a Mitsubishi, I think probably. But we'll keep looking, see if I can find one. But I have seen people tinned it out, sprayed switch cleaner in, and it's worked fine after that, so I'm going to have a try at that. But that's what happens when you have radio sat there. Not even switched on, isn't it? Anyway, pass it back to Chris, see if you sort it out. M7CCS, GC user.
Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Yep. I'm not getting into it either. But I've notified the network pixes in the chat. But of course there is another Echolink. I'm currently trying to write it in the U. But of course I was just looking it up because it's on CQ Northwest's website. It goes along the bottom of the live stream as well, giving the information. Of course, yeah, when I've gone onto their website, of course, you can get into them via Echolink, which is connected to our system, via Golf Bravo 7 Delta Hotel stroke R. So that's Golf Bravo 7 Delta Hotel stroke R. Right, we'll carry on where we were. So we go over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
This Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. I didn't think I was up that quick. I wouldn't expect you to call my name out, but I guess it's when you only have the few, the quality group, then you get more rounds of overs. What I was doing this time. This week I have a company that I buy all my Anytone radios from. They're called Bridgecom Systems here in the United States. And one of the nice things about them, not only do they have a good price on the Anytone radios, which is the ones I prefer for any DMR radio, they also have, when you buy a radio, they also have what they call Bridgecom University. It's a series of video classes. Some will have PDFs that you can download and things like that. It's part of the package when you buy a radio from them. And they just recently updated their university of classes, and I'm going through some of their classes. It's already paid off, even though I've had these radios for some time, and I know what I think is probably a medium to not expert level, but a high level of DMR experience with them. I've learned little tips from these classes, and it's really paying off for me, so I'm enjoying it. I may go through, I think I've got 3 different radios that I have university classes for, and I may go through each one of them all over again. I'm doing the Anytone 168, and I may back up and do the 878 Plus and the 578 Plus, and just to see if there are any more tips that I might gain for those radios. Always good to get a little information as you go, and maybe some of the stuff you forgot, I guess. And that's what I'm doing, because I'm really good at reading things. So that's what I'm doing this week, and probably next week I'll be doing the same thing, and also doing FT8. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
GW5VOG, anybody still there? I seem to have gone dead.
We're still here, Steve. It's Chris that's gone down.
Okay, thank you, Rod. I don't know what happened on my last over. Did I get cut off? Did I drop out? Because when it came off the PTT, you were in the middle of talking, so I'm not quite sure what happened. Back to you, Rod.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Right, okay, right. Well, people seem to think I went dead. There is an echo because I'm coming back through Golf Bravo 7 Delta Hotel. But of course, yeah, I tried to use the Echolink there. And then the next thing I heard was, has Chris gone dead from Steve? Did I drop out? So, yeah, it was going round to you next there, Steve. But, yeah, I'll just take a pip. Okay, right, yeah, it seems that Echolink as well, it's to receive only, you can't transmit on it. So, yeah, that's what went wrong there. So right to you there, Steve, GW5VOG.
Thank you, Chris. Did I drop out on my last over or not? And if I did, where did I get up to in my rambling story? Back to you.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. You just weren't there when I called you, Steve. So, yeah, we didn't get any of it.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Hopefully you're getting me now. You got me last over, so I'm assuming you are. Right, I was saying this morning, my wife reminded me my eldest son was flying to LA from Heathrow, and so I was tracking him. That's another reason why I didn't want to go out and do 145 live. I was trying to get that to work, the flight radar. Anyway, I managed to watch him take off. It's quite interesting doing that. You could actually see him taxiing along the taxiways and getting to the end of the runway. And I've had a look now. Just before I did that last over, he was over Las Vegas and heading towards LA with about 40 minutes to go. So it'll be, I should think he's probably in California by now. He's just going for 2.5 weeks, I think, to see a few people over there. He's got a good friend who's living there at the moment with his wife, so he's going to see them. He's actually staying in a hotel, and I don't know how he managed it, but somehow on the flight he managed to get an upgrade to business class. So he's been lying in the bed and sleeping his hangover off, I think. So there we are. That's all right for some, isn't it? The high life. Right, so back to you then, Chris M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, famously, yeah, I just thought, oh, I'll bring my PioWare up. Yeah, there's nothing flying over me at the minute. But, yeah, that's my own PioWare. And, of course, yeah, I can see planes that actually over the top. I can see them for about 50 miles normally. But yeah, there's been a reboot. That's what's happened. So if I go to view my statistics online and then I tell it to actually do an update and restart, it'll send all messages, turn the radio back on. But yeah, it's still talking to BioWare. It checked in 2 minutes ago. But yeah, if you run your own, it does take some maintenance. You have to go in and do the updates quite regularly as well. So yeah, I'm looking to do me update on it, and it is like a remote interface, but you have to sign in from the website. Why am I not heard on as I'm just reading YouTube? Why am I not heard on I'm not heard? I will eventually get the DYG reprogram. I do have Peanut only on the smartphone. Well, if you go to Peanut and you look for YSF-CQNW, you will get a second. GW4GJA, I believe. So, right, I've got to look where we were. So, next we are going back to Rog-G. Are you there?
I'm here on Peanut. I'll stand by.
G0 use it. Back to the group. Yeah, I had something jump in there, but I don't know. I'll just drop carrier, see if I've still got it. Yeah, G0 use it. So yeah, somebody on Peanut. I didn't get any call sign, so yeah. Look forward to coming in on the next round. So yeah, while I was in the shack messing about this afternoon, I did try seeing the HF on, but I was struggling with the antennas. I keep saying I'm going to label them all, because I swap them round to another radio, and then when I come to put them back, I can't remember which one it is. So I did label some, but of course you can't read the labels anymore. That's typical, that, isn't it? Yeah, in the shack I have two PCs. One's a small form factor, an HP, which is the Windows 11, and like I say, that one runs very, very slowly. The other one's one of them computers. That runs quite well actually on 10, but that's shut itself down and probably doing a lot of updates when I do switch it back on, so I can't be bothered out. It's too cold out there. I don't actually like running radios out there in case you get condensation inside it, you know, so there we go. Anyway, back to you, Chris. M7CCS, G0, use it.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. It's yeah, the one thing I'll acknowledge Ken G W4GJA. I can't see him myself in Peanut, but I can actually see that he's keyed up there, and of course I came across all the YStar stuff very quickly there. So we've got Ken G W4GJA there. So next we go to Michael, and then we go to Ken. So over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday. This is one of our biggest sporting events of the year. That's when two of our NFL football teams kick off against each other. And mainly, if you're not a fan of either one of the two teams, what you're mainly watching for is the commercials. I have to say, they will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a 30-second commercial, and you usually some of the funniest ones going, or there'll be a heart tugger on some of them. It just depends on what they're trying to play this year. So the main reason I show up is for them not necessarily a team. I usually pick one person off each team that I'm going for, but I'm mainly there for the commercials to watch them, and I'm also for the food that my wife prepares. Tomorrow she's preparing this, I guess, part of the food porn. She's preparing mushrooms. You hollow out the center of a mushroom, a large mushroom, fill it with chorizo sausage and cheese, and smoke them on the smoker. That's going to be the centerpiece of her particular meal tomorrow. Snack, basically just snacking. We'll just snack all through the game. We'll also have some crisp and dip. We'll also, I think she's got some cocktail wings and some barbecue sauce, something along those lines. I don't know the full menu that she's having, but it sounds really good. So I'll be eating snack food and watching the game, but really waiting for the commercials. And that's what we're doing this weekend. I don't know if it shows outside the United States or not, but it's a big event for us every year. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. 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 Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, thank you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India, and Papa. As it says when you unkeyed. But yeah, it's all good there. Yeah, next we're going to go around to Ken, GW4GJA, who's joining us in Peanut.
Yes, evening to you, Chris, and everybody else. I suddenly forgot about it this evening, and I suddenly thought, oh, I'll have a listen at least. And I did try to get on Peanut not long ago, but I couldn't find you anywhere. But I just had another look, gone into it, and here we are. Bang! I heard you straight away. So yes, Ken here, of course. Everybody can see probably. But yeah, so I shall probably stick with this method of getting in if possible. I've been messing around with Peanut quite a bit in the last week, on and off, on the dashboard, and looking around. I've been a member of Peanut for many years, but I haven't used it a massive amount. Like all these modes. Anyway, it's been extremely wet up here. Very, very wet. Never seen so much rain. I nipped out down to Trago Mills earlier this morning. I've been back in the garage shack, which it's a bit warmer in there at the moment because it's been about 8 degrees today, so not so bad. But I've got computer problems again in there. It never ends. A lot to do with dampness and coldness. So I've given up. Not totally, of course. I've decided to strip my old PC down that I'd built up from parts. I've had it some time. There's an unknown, difficult fault to find. It just doesn't boot. I've done everything imaginable, but can't seem to get it to switch on the power onto the board for the main thing. That's the problem. And all the basics I've obviously checked. It's simple enough. But so I've stripped it all out. And I'm in the middle of, I'm going back out there after this. I'm in the middle of rearranging everything. I've got another an old Dell computer I gave away, which the person decided he didn't really know what to do with it in the end. He's got enough computers already. So I had it back. He gave it back to me. So that's been in storage here. It's one I've got going a long time ago with Linux on board, Linux Mint. Anyway, I got that eventually to boot up. I had troubles with the monitor side of it. That's due to adapter problems. But I sorted that once we got a picture back up on the screen. I was away on that, so I've got that configured on the radio, ham radio stuff, but I want to put my other hard disk in, or the SSD in there now. But I'm going to rearrange the whole arrangement in my garage. I've had enough of it all. I've got 30 great Samsung monitor in TV in there. I'm going to bring that back indoors. I shouldn't really have that out there in those conditions. It's a lovely big domestic TV set. Oh yeah, sorry, I've timed out. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably tomorrow I'll clear a whole bench, strip it all, and start again, tidying everything up as I go, because it's in quite a mess out there at the moment. An electronics nightmare. Anyway, back to you there, Chris. Good to hear you all from Golf Whiskey 4 Golf Juliet Alpha. Merthyr Tydfil.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much, and yeah, glad you found us, and of course, yeah, there are other ways into us, if ours is down, and of course, yeah, Peanut works, I'm not sure whether the Echolink is, yeah, it doesn't seem to be playing ball on any of the networks, so, of course, yeah, I managed to get listen only, but yeah, it didn't seem to be playing ball on any of it. But of course, yeah, the Peanut seems to be working. I can see that's working. The WiresX is working because I'm directly on W.D.R.G WiresX. So yeah, and of course the DMR is working because the gateway's going. So and I can see it on the turned down handhelds there, and on the dashboard. So yeah, it's all going there, but yeah, sometimes something will fail, but unfortunately, yeah, it's a beyond control thing, especially when some of the network is relied on by internet. But like I said, I couldn't get into ours, but I then got into cqnorthwest, but it didn't work when I tried to key through there. But it could have been because I've got YouTube open as well, it's using all different sound stuff, and that's why it didn't want to work for me. And of course, yeah, I normally if I reply to a comment, it's normally on the phone, and of course I had YouTube open as well, on the phone, as well as trying to use that Echolink there. So what I'll do now, I think what we do is we've not got the big numbers, but yeah, Donna said it's the quality of the net. I've seen that in the comments, and yeah, quality part of the broadcast is Donna, and of course, yeah, I think what we'll do is we will go round for the last over, and of course, yeah, we'll do the 7-3 for this week there. So go over to Steve GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Hopefully you can all hear me. And yeah, so this is the 73 round, I think you said, Chris. Okay, Michael, the Super Bowl, yeah, we can watch it in the UK. It's on Sky, which is our like satellite stroke internet streaming service, which you have to pay for. So the main thing against watching it is because the time it's on. It's not on it's sort of on in the early hours of the morning, or sort of quite late on in the early hours of the morning, I think. Anyway, I know my son and all his arty friends in London, they all watch it actually for the half-time music and that sort of thing. They love that. And you were saying about the adverts. Well, the son that I'm talking about, who's on his way to LA, he'll be there in 20 minutes. He's an actor as part of his job, and to pay his rent, so he doesn't go bankrupt. He does adverts quite often, and he's just done one for Lego, which I've just seen a version of it. That he sent to us a link for, and it's an American advert, I think. So it's Pokemon figures that cost like about £200. So I doubt whether they'll put that on the Super Bowl, but if you do see that on your TV at all, Lego Pokemon figures, the main actor in that is my son. So there we are. Anyway, 73 to everybody. Nice to hear from you all. Best wishes to you all and your families. Hope you're all well, etc. Special thank you to Chris for being net control there and looking after us. So there we are, 73. So M7CCS from GW5 Gina Group. Back to you for the last time, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yep, 7-3 there, and of course, yeah, when you're multitasking doing something else and you realise that you haven't opened up the 73 column, but I have now, so, yep, 7-3 there, and please log you in, it's trying to get in, yep, I will do, Paul, so, right, we will go round to Rod G0EZ.
G0EZ back to the group for the final time. Yeah. I don't actually watch the Super Bowl, but the only sport I actually do watch is rugby. And of course it's Six Nations at the moment. England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Italy and France, Six Nations. So France and Italy played during the week. No, it wasn't. France and Ireland played in Paris on Thursday. Scotland and Italy, and Italy won, which I'm quite about actually. I liked it. And this evening, early evening, was England versus Wales, and England won, which wasn't surprising. Wales isn't playing very good at the moment, considering, 2 or 3 years ago they were wiping the ball with everybody. So, new team, you never know. It'll come up sooner or later and do it all over again. So there we go. It's over about 6 weeks altogether. This, because they play a couple of weeks and then they have a week off and play another couple of weeks. So looking forward to that. So 7-3's everybody. Oh, good evening to Ken there. Nice to hear you on, and hopefully. If you're using Peanut and you can come in anytime you want then. So we look forward to it, and a good night to Monty. So we'll say 7-3's everybody, and catch you all again soon. G0EZ, back to control.
Yeah, 7-3 there, Rod. So, right, we're going to go round to Michael now. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo, India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo, India Papa here, and hopefully I won't have the Papa thing at the end, but you never know. I can't control it. Anyway, Steve, I'll definitely look for your the Lego commercial or advertisement, because if it's a spot on the Super Bowl, they will definitely get at least a 30-second spot, unless you want to pay the big bucks and get a whole minute. If you're paying a whole minute, you get, I think it's more than $1 million to pay for that whole minute. But I'll definitely look at it, because I do like the Legos, and I like the Pokemon. That reminds me of when my kids were little. Pokemon does. And that was a long time ago, about 40 years ago. Been a great net today, even though it's the quality of the group talking round and round. I enjoy it. Hope everybody has a great week. Try to see y'all next Saturday. All healthy, wealthy, and
Guess who's going to be back in the spotlight at the Super Bowl for Pokemon?
73 for now.
Whether you love or hate Jigglypuff, it looks like Jigglypuff.
And, yeah, of course, the computer has decided to take over there. But yeah, everything is actually throwing itself around on my screen tonight. But That's all okay. So next we're going to go around to GW4GJA.
Yeah, fine there. Okay. Yes, hello to all the other stations there I've just heard. Rob, and etc. Michael, Chris. And that's one thing about PDAT, at least I can get the names on here. Yeah, because my DMR is a bit out of date really. I need to upgrade it, change the firmware, the lot. I'm still on the original firmware, going back when I first got it, 7 years ago at least. And so it doesn't store any contacts at all. Only what's in the programming that I put in. That's my TYT. Well, I've been going through all my handhelds. I've got so many of them. There's just no use for handhelds here, to be honest with you. I'm not close enough to any repeaters to be able to use it. I've got the hotspot I made. Yes, I can use it on DMR, one of the TYTs, or the TYT, or as one other one, Biofin I've got. But as for all the others, which I picked up because they're so cheap, I'm just not using them. I've got about 8 or 9 of them, and I've dug out all the chargers. Well, many of them now, of course, use the phone charger, of course, but some, of course, still need the pods. So I've just dug them all out of them and charged them all up again the other day. They're all working still. Going through them all.
One trainer is about to remember who he really is.
It is official. Our reports confirm that Lego Pokemon creatures are finally here and have started appearing around the world. More on this as the story develops. Please stay tuned.
She's doing well in the air. Yeah, she's in an officer position or something like that. Yeah.
Your time has come, and Destiny doesn't care about lower back pain.
I've ended up with you because I've had to give you in the past. That's how. Yeah, we're going back to my garage. I've been sorting out printers as well here.
Welcome to the Lego Pokemon world. Join the scavenger hunt at LEGO.com.
MP5 now. That's well, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, after 5 years in a freezing garage.
In a world of taxes, instead of gym badges, one trainer is about to remember who he really is.
And I let it become acclimatised to the warmer temperatures in the bungalow here before I powered it up. And I did a test run on it, scanner stroke printer. It was perfect. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I couldn't believe how perfect it was. The printout and all that ink, and that's many think how old that printer is. I bought it off the late G3 ISD, Ted Hatch, down in Sittingbourne in Kent. Now I bought that off him before I moved to Wales. I've been here 21 years. I'm in the 21st year now, so I think that's 30 years old, that printer, and it's still working. And it works beautifully. It's a sort of scanner as well. So I've got that set up. I've got an Epson printer anyway. They're both wireless. Works off the mobile phones perfectly. Very good. I've just dug out a laser printer today, which is basically brand new. Never really been used, only tested. I had it given to me in its box, original box, still not even unpacked. And that worked fine. It printed out beautifully, so I've got that to use as well. Okay, well, I think this is the last round, so I wish you all 73s. Hopefully you'll hear me more regularly now. And many thanks there, Chris. Good to hear you all. I hope you've all been keeping fairly well. So far, I've been all right. Haven't had any of these recent bugs that have been running around. Apart from eyesight problems and bits and pieces, we're okay. Back to you, Chris. Thanks for running the net there. This is Golf Whiskey 4, Golf Juliet Alpha.
And thanks for popping in there, and I'm sure we'll catch you later down the log next week. So 7-3 for now. So, of course, Steve, I think I found the advert, and I did play it. It was going on the live stream there, so maybe, it is the right advert. End Afford mentioned to tell him to pop in for a cup of tea, because he was flying towards his way. We get that one out of the way. In the net tonight, we had GW5VOG, Steve. We had G0, EUZ, Rod. We had Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, Michael. Donna was listening on YouTube. Monty was listening via the radio, GW1TER. N6UTC was listening via YouTube. G3PWP may have been listening, but we saw the key up. GW4GJA, Ken was in with us. Eventually via Peanut, and M7SOP was with us on YouTube, although couldn't get in on any of the Echolinks. Our video is 7-3. You can catch City on a Wednesday, and of course that's on 4:30 PM UK time over here, wherever you're connected. There won't be a YouTube stream for that one. I've been Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Video is 7-3, and catch you next week. 7-3 for now.